Hey guys, how's it going? Today we are moving on with a new project. So what we're actually going to do today is instead of doing a project with nails, because I didn't really like the idea of the nails and having them everywhere, we are actually going to build this. So this is a boot jack. Boot jack is what you're going to do with this thing is you put it on the ground, you stand on this side, you slide your foot into this side, and you can pull your shoe off without bending over, okay? So this is the project that we're gonna do. The reason I like this one, and we're gonna do it, we don't really have a ton of time left, but I think we can get through this project. So there's gonna be some rip cuts where we go with the grain. There's gonna be some cross cuts where we go across the grain, as well as we get to do this fun little curve, and we're gonna use a different kind of saw called a coping saw for that. But we'll do that one later. And I think I might let you guys put 2 nails. So you'll get to put a nail here and a nail here to hold this little foot on with some glue. So that's what we're gonna do. To get started though, you're gonna take a board. So there should be, I'm sitting over here kind of by the table saw. So when you get to class today, once you're ready to head out, you're gonna grab one of these rough boards. It's 16 inches long, it's super rough, and your job is to hand plane it today. So what we're gonna do, you're gonna need your hand plane, you're gonna definitely need your safety glasses on, and we'll be using our vices on our tables, okay? First thing I want you to do, I'm gonna come over here quickly. Can you see on this board how there is that big giant bow? So if I take my Sharpie that was in my pocket at one point in time, that's a pen, don't need that. Where's my, there it is. Okay, if I draw on here and kind of over exaggerate it, if you can see this, looking down the line, it makes kind of a U shape like that, okay? The very first thing that we do when we're hand planing is we go to the top of that U. Okay, so when you get into grade 9, we actually end up going over to the, well, it's basically a electric powered hand plane, sort of, okay? And the first thing that we do is we always put, I call it the cup, right? If you put water in the cup, right now it would hold water. But if you put the cup upside down, it wouldn't hold water. But that's how I want you to start. And the reason why is because if I put this flat on the table, see how it doesn't rock? So this is the safest way to put it through our jointer, okay? If I go this way with the cup up, see how rocky this is? Okay, so we're gonna start with learning good skills, and the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna make sure the cup is up, or sorry, the cup is down, and then I'm gonna clamp it in my vise, okay? So I'll open up my vise. Remember, the number one way to get a super dull hand plane is to run it into your metal vise, okay? So when I clamp this, I make sure that there's a good amount of room up above so that I'm not gonna end up hand planing my vise and ruining my blade, okay? After that, the middle of this board is definitely gonna be the high spot, okay? So I'm gonna go right down the middle. Okay, and some of you might say, hey, Mr. Taylor, this isn't making nice shavings. My hand plane must not be working. Remember that we are taking off the high spot on the board. So if I bring you over here real quick, you can see what I have so far. Okay, can you see that white right down the middle? That means that my hand plane has been getting rid of some of this rough stuff and I'm leaving some smooth behind, okay? So if I set you up right here, you should be able to see as I work, okay? So I'm just gonna go. And I'm working right out of the middle. Every so often I stop to clean my hand plane off so I don't get all the shavings stuck in there. But as you can see, I'm making really quick work of hand planing this board. You will also notice that I have my hand plane on a little bit of an angle, okay? Think about it this way. If you were to take a shave, like you were playing with your pocket knife and a stick of wood, right? If you try and cut deep and straight, it takes way more force. If you put your knife on a little bit of an angle and push, it usually takes less force, okay? That's what I'm doing here. You're actually starting the cut with the front of the blade and then shearing a nice shaving off, as opposed to pushing the whole shaving through at one time, okay? So my hand plane, it's not on a very, like, don't hold your hand plane like this, like just a little bit of an angle, okay? I'll keep going. I think I got some shaving stuck. There it goes. Okay, let's bring it in, take a quick look. So if you come look, you can see that along the edge, I still have a little bit of roughness left on my board. Okay, my board is not totally smooth yet. Okay, the other thing I want to check is if you take your hand plane, take your board out, take your hand plane, and what you're gonna do is set it like this, and then look. Can you see that? If I slide this up, where do you see the light underneath the hand plane? It's a little bit of light right at this very edge. See that? So that tells me that this whole board is super flat all the way across here, but here is a little bit lower. Okay? So my job is to make this board completely flat, okay? If I flip it over to this rough side, remember this is the cup up side. If I look, can you see how much of a cup there is? See that big gap right in the middle? So when you flip this board over and start hand planing, you're gonna do the outside edges first and then go to the middle. This one, we started right down the middle, and now we have a little bit of extra room on the edge that we need to get rid of, okay? And see, this is, my hand plane's on an angle like this so that I can see the light. A little bit of an angle, okay? That is all we're doing today. That's it. All I want is this board nice and flat and smooth on both sides without any of the roughs on marks, okay? That's all we're doing. Remember that when you are done, at the end of the day, you guys, I'm giving you, this is quite the privilege that you're getting. Normally I wouldn't have you guys come out in the shop, but I really want you guys to get this project done, okay? And so I don't want to lose a day. So that's why you're in the shop. But please, at the end of the class, when you are asked to clean up at 9:25, please, please, please show, I can't remember what our sub's name is, my apologies, but please show her the utmost respect and do a fantastic job. You guys know, hand planes, blow them off, get them cleaned up, okay? Go put them away, all right? Make sure that your vices are closed. Make sure all of the chairs get flipped on top of the tables, and then we have a gigantic mess on the floor, right? So we're gonna need a lot of sweeping. If you don't have a job, if you're walking around, there's no more brooms, I don't have a job. What you could do is go around making sure that there's a blue saw and a yellow saw on every table. That's a really good job. You could go double check all the hand planes for me, make sure that they're all cleaned and they're all put back where they need to go. One quick thing before I leave you, hand planes, if you are having trouble with your hand plane and it's not working today, just bring it up, put it on the table saw. I'll take a look at it later and grab another one, okay? You guys have a smaller class, so there should be lots of hand planes laying around that you can use. All right? Have a great day. See you guys.